What's up, Joe? Morning coffee. Thumbnail. Since I started working with Paul, or maybe just making content for YouTube where that receives definitely more comments and likes and views than I'm used to, right? Like I've made videos and I uploaded them, and pretty much like the most we'll get, like on average, will be like 80 views, right? I have a few videos have reached like, up in the thousands, but that's been over the time, right? Some of my tutorial videos, I get a lot of feedback where it's like, oh, cool, thank you for this video, so on and so forth, right? Since I started working with Paul, the response to that video is definitely more than I was used to, right? So like when I first started editing for him, it was a bit nerve-wracking, right? Because it's kind of like, I was like, oh shit, okay, I want to make sure I do this right, do that right, because people are quick to like point out your fuck-ups, right? And yeah, early on, like a lot of that feedback is helpful when like people don't like something about your video, right? Whether the music is too loud, or they don't like the color correcting, or maybe there was a mistake in the edit or something like that, or your video, your audio is out of sync. There's a lot of like feedback that you get from like the comments that is beneficial, right? And over time, I pretty much started making my adjustments till I got to the point where like all of a sudden I don't see that feedback anymore. So it's like, cool, you find that balance, right? So yeah, like, getting feedback is important, but there's one thing that kind of like, the only thing that does kind of irk me like a motherfucker when I like read some comments and like people watch this video where like I'm adding like, graphs and visuals, and I do like a VFX or something, or I spend time to make a video could take me like pretty much like a whole working day to get it done, right? However, you misspell one fucking word or do like some grammar mistakes, all of a sudden, fucking you get this flood of comments, people give me a shit about misspelling a word and this and that, and it's like, dude, fuck you. Now, yeah, I can agree, like, thanks for pointing it out. For most part, like, I think a lot of people do make fun of it, be like, haha, you misspelled a word, right? But there are a lot of people that are the total grammar Nazis where it's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You misspelled it, this is that. It's just like, fucking, it's like, dude, they get way into like the whole grammar situation. It's like, dude, fuck off. I mean, I made a mistake. Thanks for pointing it out, but man, like some people go way too far and like they get very offended by making a grammar mistake, and it's like, shit. Like I said, I just spent like all this time making a video that you enjoy, you have fun with, but you made one grammatical error. Holy fuck. I don't know. It's like, shit. That's all it is, a mistake. It's all like, I don't know, getting crucified because you make a grammar mistake. I mean, I don't know. For some reason that kind of irks me, and it's like, dude, oops. It's like, shit. Chill out. You just watched a whole informative video about something like crazy high-tech technology shit, and spend all this time making it fun, adding some cool visuals and graphs and all this other stuff to make the video enjoyable. Misspell one word. Fuck it. Jesus Christ. If I fuck up, cool. I own it. There's definitely there were people that made fun of it in the sense of like, it was just playful, but like I'm sure people understand that it was a common mistake or whatever. Oops. But there's some people that, they're total fucking dicks about it. And it's like, Jesus Christ, now. They just attack your soul for like misspelling a word. It's like, shit, chill out. But there's not very few comments that actually can get under my skin. But, that, I don't know. It's just like the attitude of people that have about like, you misspelled that word. Fuck you, fuck this video, unfollow and unsubscribe. It's just like the over dramatic acting of response to a mistake in a grammar or a fucking word. It's just like, wow, okay. But anyways, it's a bullshit video. That's all I got to say about that. Take care and peace.